Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hello, Delinia. And we're now speaking, not just via text. That's cool. The GITP forums, I don't know what they are. You have to link. Send me a link, I'll have a look for them. Yeah, forums are pretty 90s. We're thinking about having a forum like thing on the website. I don't know whether or not that'll be integrated in time for the launch or not, because that can get quite a bit big, and there's always Reddit for that. So we'll see. I'd like to hear your opinions on that, seeing as you have a website of your own. The soothing sound of my voice. Thank you. I'll have a look at that. Probably after this session. Yeah, okay. 3.5. That's an addition I have strong feelings about. But on the site, some of the articles that the authors are writing are for 3.5, and as far back as 2e, and someone is writing an article on AD&D, which is I got a draft back from that, and that was pretty interesting to read. Oh look, there's a Mythomatic in chat. I wonder what he's doing here. We'll let him in. Just in the chat for the boys. Oh, the bot is back as well. Yeah. So also everyone has a plus 100 gold. Evil DM bot is here. Ah, you have 100 extra gold, my friend. Decided that Moldark bot will be with us when we reach our donation goal of the Moldark podcast as well. Because why not? Oh yeah, we have quotes. Quotes are back as well. Quotes are now a thing again. Now I'm back at my PC. Look at the quality of the stream should be also much improved. Yes, I actually recorded the first episode of the Moldark podcast. His Moldark's memoirs today. That was quite a lot of fun. Just speaking in my room as Moldark, getting some odd looks from my parents. It's perfectly normal behavior. Tell them you're doing it for the people. I will. I did, and they didn't understand why anyone would be interested in watching this, which is something of a phenomenon. 5e is not the system I started with. Started with 3.5 game, didn't get along with it. Went to 4e, spent majority of my years in 4e, and only recently this game is the first 5e game we've played together. But we did play a lot of the Song of Ice and Fire role playing game. We played like 2 years of that with this group. Before, yes, but yes, soon we're going to another system as well with Nifmatic and Stars Without Number, starting July 1st. Soon, my child. I'm back. Ah, Mutants and Masterminds. I've never played that. Yeah, 5e is pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking it so far, Delinia. I'm liking it so far. I mean, I've got no complaints really. Mostly, I just like systems that I enjoy playing games with my friends. Not too worried about mechanical stuff unless it's really stupid. But for the most part, always look to get the games right. Except other things, which may begin with 3 and end in 0.5. Oh, under 1 minute to go. How exciting. Hello, Nixeris. Welcome. Welcome. Three, two, one. Hello, boys. Welcome, everybody, to James and Mythomatic and myself in glowing orange for some reason.
Glorage.
I'm in.
Oh,
I'm in a rather bright light there. Let me change the light. There we go.
My light is so bright on my forehead that we were messing around with the Google Hangouts filters, and it registered my head as part of the back wall. It was good.
It was.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good. Let me just before I do our introduction, so I can stop editing this in post. I can just.
It's like I'm.
I can just do this now. So professional, boys. Don't worry. That's Mythomatic. This
There
is
I am.
James up here.
I am not.
This feels like home.
There we go. So,
Oh,
see if I
gosh,
just turn this light on if it's super. Oh my god, I'm like. in
There
a
we go. Look
salon.
at that.
Okay, well this will do for now. Right. So nobody saw that.
That didn't even happen.
That didn't even happen.
Although to deny that are my enemies.
Yep.
To quote a fantastic man.
Yes. Right. So, hello everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay, our live Dungeons and Dragons role-playing podcast. My name is Will. I am your host for tonight, but not your GM, as we play the Isle of Anesterion campaign.
Singular isle.
Only one isle.
It's been referred to incorrectly by Will as isles so far, but it is in fact one isle,
Yes,
to
I
the
know
best of your knowledge.
Everyone is disappointed that there is only one.
There's,
We thought there would be more.
there can be only one.
Very,
we were
very
lied to.
disappointing confirmation that the rumors are true. There's only one aisle. Yes. In other news, this week we are getting closer to our follower goal of 100. No, we're at 178 out of 200 followers. To do our real life session, we will get together in real life and record our session for like 12 or so hours of us playing games. And also,
great.
we're getting closer to our goal of £100 for our donation goal to get Moldak's new podcast going. I recorded the first episode today. That was a lot of fun, and it's ready to go. It's ready to go. Once we get that donation goal. So let's make that dream a reality, everyone. And I've also been working on the website, getting lots of articles and stuff ready for that, and that's coming on pretty quickly. That's also launching July the 1st with something else that we're doing on July the 1st. Mythomatic, would you like to remind us all what that is?
Sure. While you are slaving away at a website, I will be slaving away at a galaxy and a star system that you guys will be exploring in our Stars Without Number game. I will be GMing that, or space mastering. It's going to be called Solus, and it's going to be a butt ton of fun. So yeah,
1 metric butt ton.
exactly.
And
The-
no
the-
less.
But not
Not about-
imperial, because
Not a boat ton, not a boatload, but a buttload.
Yeah.
So come on by, hashtag hype.
Yeah, July 1st.
Indeed.
That's when everything's happening for Encounter Roleplay. So, James, take us away to a magical
Aye.
land
yes,
with only one
I am.
aisle.
With only 2 isles if you. It's like Pangea and one other isle.
Now you're confusing me.
An undisclosed number of isles.
So it's like Africa and Madagascar,
Yes. Yes.
or Australia and Tasmania.
Or Britain and Ireland. Or
No.
No, not like that.
no, that's
It's
ridiculous.
nothing like that.
Okay, so what happened last time, Ishtuak?
What did happen? We took a caravan north to protect the boys, the Stalwart Shield.
The boys.
And on the boys back in town, and we on our first night we took watch. Ishtuak fell into a hypnotic state or some sort of trance and was hallucinating. He can only, out of game. But he was starting to fall in love with this woman that was attracting him towards a tree. He followed her into the tree. He had a feast with her, and then she wanted to bite his head off. He escaped with his life, left his robe, and then got back to the camp, and Finbar convinced him that he is married.
I think
so
Finbar
now
convinced himself
he-
that you're married, isn't he?
Exactly. And then from there, we went to, exactly, Nick. Speaking of married, we went to the outpost where Finbar roped in a married woman, and the knight, who was it? What was his name?
Sir Leopold?
Leopold was one
no,
of them.
Peter.
Peter, yeah,
It
Saint
was
Peter.
Peter. It was
Saint Peter.
Saint Peter.
Yeah.
Finbar calls him.
Sir Peter and his wife, actually was taken to bed with Will, or I'm sorry, excuse me, Finbar.
With a
And,
terrible
it was
disease.
in real
She was taken
And,
to bed with a disease known as Finbar.
Finbar, and then
She's got Finbar.
from there, the tower was attacked by this black cloud full of these not drows, and we kicked ass.
It was a Minotaur.
Ishtuak almost. There was a Minotaur.
Which Finbar single-handedly defeated.
Yes, by almost killing Ishtuak.
Yeah.
Which
And his new girlfriend.
Yep. And
His
that
latest.
is what happened. We went back and to Coldport,
Yep.
and that's that. That's what happened.
And you all lived happily ever after, and
And we got
nothing,
money. We got
nothing
gold.
dangerous ever happened again.
Huzzah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
This is where we
I opened my diary
taxes
events.
and stuff like that.
I opened my
That's
diary events only to realize that I haven't filled it in.
Great.
It's
It's
been a
good that I
week
knew it.
since your last adventure. Oh no, wait, it's been a massive gap, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been a week since your last adventure. What have you guys been up to?
Ishtuak, you take the first. I don't want to be
Okay.
the first one to die, so I mean.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
So Ishtuak has been spending his nights drinking his wild berry and apple ciders in the tavern and training his new, I guess, traditions for his magical fists of fury. He has become less cold nowadays than he used to be. He was quite frigid when he got to the Isle, and now he's sort of
Finbar
warming
saw
up.
to that.
Yeah, and now he's sort of warming up or getting used to it. And maybe just his new look on life by being a free man. But since last, what else is in town? Is there like there are the Stalwart Shield training, and they're hanging out, or did they all go to the tower?
No, all of the Stalwart Shield were all at the tower. It was just a caravan full of like caravan people.
Okay.
That went to the tower.
One of which was called Gwent.
One of which was called a Gwent.
Hilariously.
And one was called Geralt. All NPCs will now be called Gwent if I can't think of a name for them.
It's a very common name on Anesterion.
Yeah. And yeah, so he was hanging out, and there's been a couple. It's been a week since we last.
A week
Since
since
we've
you
done
got
anything.
back.
Sure. In that week, there was a small walkout of the bill in the tavern, and Ishtuak had to see to being the security that he is, and chase the fleeing man. And he may have punished him a little too hard because now he's got a broken nose and broken jaw. But that guy will not walk out of his bill ever again.
Wasn't Finbar, was it?
Was not Finbar,
Okay, good.
as he remembers, as he thinks. But yeah,
Cool.
that's
Excellent.
something that happened.
Do you want to roll me a strength test, see how you've been performing at your job?
I'd love to.
Here comes the first.
Yeah.
At one. Oh no.
Cool, yeah. You've done all right. You've covered your basic living expenses for the week. So Finbar, le fantastique.
Yeah.
How have you spent your week?
I've spent much of my week with the lovely Harriet, who I am now courting.
Excellent.
Ishrak probably hasn't seen a great deal of Finbar because he's been with her and or doing other things about the town. One mysterious occasion where Finbar came and asked Ishtuak if he knew where any flowers were um, occurred, and Ishtuak probably had no idea why I needed them or where to get some, so Finbar left in a hurry. And other than that, I've just been I've been on my own. Well, not my own, but out of public eye. A few performances probably, but other
Cool.
than that,
You've kind of. Do you want to roll me a performance for those few performances?
sure, yeah, go on. If I may, performance. I should be slightly better at this nowadays.
In
Yes.
theory.
+8, so I rolled a 10.
Wow, you rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice one. Yeah. So, yeah, you've done kind of your standard level. It's been nothing special. You've probably, I imagine, been quite distracted.
Yeah, exactly.
However, you've still had a bit of a following.
Oh yeah.
You've had
got to use your crowd in.
yeah, and you've actually some of the newer townsfolk have been kind of spending a lot of time. A couple, like one of them has been asking like he's just can't get enough of your stories. He's just sitting there every time. Like on the rare occasions you perform, he always seems to be there, and he's just chilling out. And
Do I know his name?
You can certainly know his name. His name is Gwent. No, his name. He's an elf, and his name will be Ishkaroth.
Ishkaroth. Okay. I will
Because
try not to mistake the two of you. Okay, Ishkaroth. Gotcha.
I'll
write it down. Number 1
and
fan.
yeah, he's been asking all kinds of things like what adventures have you been on, etc., etc.
Uh-huh.
You know, would you entertain his?
Oh yeah, I'd speak to him for a while and I'd get bored of him if he doesn't have anything to offer me.
Cool.
Well then, like Finbar does have a way of being able to speak about himself above all topics for a very long time. So
Yeah.
he's got me on the right topic to talk about really if he wants to be speaking with me.
Yeah. Cool. So the weather especially has been really terrible lately. It's just been dreadful. It's been blowing a gale. There's been heavy snows. Everyone's kind of been inside. So business has done quite well in the tavern as of late because people don't want to go outside because it's cold and there's no alcohol.
Yeah, I agree.
So the other news since the Drow attack, Major Yorick has
Definitely
forbidden.
not Drow.
Not
Yeah.
close.
Have they been confirmed as Drow now? Can we
I
just
would
say
say,
that they are?
they've been confirmed as Drow.
Awesome.
Although, so Drow don't exist. Like no one's ever encountered Drow before, except within within religious cults. They're kind of considered to be like, kind of like demons and bad, really really bad.
Right, bad
It's just
juju.
like bad, the bad juju, if you would put it that way. How much gold have I got? It's 337. Cool. Yeah, so Major Yorick, after the Drow encounter, everyone knows they're Drow now. They just accept that
Okay.
everyone knows that they're Drow. It would have been spread around. Probably whatchamacallit, what's his name? Shendar probably would have spread that around a little bit. Because definitely part of the really he probably would have dug through some obscure texts
Mhm.
and realized, oh wait, this is what they probably are, or what they're close enough to being. They kind of pretty much match the description. But yeah, and there's one guy called High Priest someone or other. His name was
Round of hair. Drow. White of hair.
yeah. While I find that. But yeah, they matched it, all the religious descriptions of Drow. NPC document. There we go. What's his name? High Priest Elaine. He's pretty much just a chilled out old man. You guys probably would have encountered him at some point. He doesn't really come to the tavern much. He's not a big drinker.
Okay.
But yeah, so so you guys have been, I assume, following the news about town.
Yeah.
So Major Yorick has forbidden all travel outside of the town. Anyone who wishes to leave requires his express permission, or they'll be essentially chased down and brought back for their own safety. he's just issued this as a main edict because he doesn't want people to go out there and die, as one would expect from a military commander of people. However, he is looking for some scouts to gather any intelligence on the drow. There is a cash reward being paid for any information of any sort regarding the drow that can be this of any use. Yeah, that can be ascertained. So look for rank structure, numbers, locations,
What
anything
kind of
like
food
that.
they like?
What?
Favorite
Yes,
musician?
exactly. National anthem. Also, do you remember Steve? You remember Steve,
Animal.
don't you?
He's the chap who
He's-
helped Darius on the setting up the tavern. I seem to remember.
Yeah. He's a pretty cool guy. That was his main.
Yeah, Steve's a pretty cool guy. I like
He's
Steve.
he's looking to get people together and is looking to get permission, from Major Yorick to leave the town, go out, collect a load of wood because people are getting pretty on edge after they've heard that these
Without wood, I mean, they're pretty on
Yeah.
edge at this point.
yeah, without they need wood to sleep at night. Wait, no, that sounds weird. Yeah, there's a big interest in the town of getting some sort of wall put up around because people don't really feel safe after the stores went missing at the beginning. People are starting to think maybe that was the drow, and then someone lost their wallet and they think that was the drow,
Right.
and someone turned around and spilt their drink, but they didn't notice that they spilt their drink, and it must have been the drow. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Thanks, Drow.
Hashtag
then somebody-
thanks, bro.
Drobama.
Thanks, Drow.
Drobama.
Yeah, Drobama.
Hey, Bronzebeard. But yeah, so they're pretty on edge about the whole affair.
Right.
So yeah, it's
Right.
a cold, windy evening. Harriet's gone up to bed. It's one of the evenings you're performing. We shall say, for convenience's sake.
Is Harriet
At
there?
Finbar. She's gone. She made her excuses and went to bed. It's been a hard time for her lately. She's had to be adjusting to not living in a tower.
Yeah. How's she been? How's she?
She seems to have been enjoying the freedom that being Finbar's wench affords one.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty much.
for lack of a better term. Sounds quite sexist, really. It's terrible.
But well, Finbar is. I mean,
He's a horrible man.
He's a bad man. But he's not his usual self in regards to how he was with Cassie. Like very flippantly, just asking her to do things and stuff. Ishtrak might have noticed him actually like running to help her do things and.
Helping other people.
Yeah,
do?
he. I know
Oh, wow.
that raised a real big eyebrow amongst some of the patrons in the tavern. But yeah, he's not been quite
Great.
himself.
Cool. So it's the eve of the 30th of February, and yeah, things are the things they are happening. Yeah, it's fairly busy night in the tavern. Istrak, where would you be positioned? It's like blizzarding outside.
He has set up. Ishtuak has set up just a chair, probably inside by the fire. And every time somebody comes in, or over by the fire, it's not like he's IDing anybody, but he is kind of at the. Every time someone comes in, he goes over and greets them and takes their coat. He's more of a coat check guy as well as a security guard. So he's
a doorman would be there.
Yeah, he's definitely more of a doorman, and then he is a.
Like, is there a concept of like IDing
bouncer.
in this world?
No.
Yeah, I imagine young
No,
people
yeah.
come
yeah.
and drink. Yeah.
So he's not doing that.
It would
but,
be up to Darius if there's an age like limit.
Yeah, but I imagine
Um,
they're sort of drinking like watered down beer and stuff like in that sort of
Exactly.
classical medieval sense.
Well,
yeah.
we'll have to.
It's got all the vitamins in there.
We couldn't possibly tell. It would be down to Darius.
No, I I decree.
Oh dear.
Finbar says.
Yep.
Finbar says so. That's what happens. Cool. So, there's a bin there.
Careful the bin.
Yeah, I know. I've moved it.
Bin
so
bar.
I don't- Bin bar. Bin bar confirmed. Yeah. So how are you guys? So do you have your guitar on you, Will?
I do have my guitar.
Do you want to give us a rendition of what Finbar's playing this evening?
He'll play he'll play notice the Cassie song, but without any lyrics pertaining to Cassie. He seems to have forgotten about her somewhat.
He tries to fit Harriet
Yeah,
into
yeah,
Cassie,
yeah. That's it.
and it just doesn't work. Harriet.
Hey, oh Harriet, oh Cass Harriet.
Yes,
Is
Harriet.
that one chord?
Yeah, it's just.
It's always just an elaborate ruse. You can't tell.
It's just. He's probably quite drunk at this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Everyone's kind of it's quite it's not like a somber, but it's quite a calm night. People
Yeah,
are
it's just a chill, chill number.
Finbar, I think I've actually learned your song. I've been watching, and I think I know how to play it.
Okay, Shrek, I didn't realize you could play.
Me neither, but I've been watching, and it doesn't look too difficult.
As old great masters make it look, I make it look easy.
I don't perform. I just
Oh.
wanted to share that information.
yeah, no,
I
better
don't
watch.
know how to hand you the instrument anyway, because
Good.
it's
why would you?
Finbar. You know? Kind of anyone stealing
Very
his
well,
limelight.
Ishtuak.
Yes. And then I go to the bar and get a drink.
Cool.
I say, Ishtuak, come with me.
But the door.
The door will stay where it is.
Can't argue with you there.
And then I walk over.
Come, I'll buy you a. What do you drink, Liz? Odd cider
Cider. Yeah.
things. Yes, intriguing. I buy him a drink and hand it to him.
Thank you.
So, tell me what's been going on in town recently. I have to say I've been rather busy with my own personal issues.
Darius raises an eyebrow from behind the bar.
It seems that we're not allowed to leave town, but they are looking for someone or some people to scout. I guess they're looking for those dark elven drows
Oh
that
yes,
everybody's blaming everything on.
yes, Ledros. Yes.
Yeah, the Drogatrons. And,
Oh Christ!
so yeah, I mean, are you running low on coin? Did you want to go on a scouting mission? into
Oh
town?
well, Harry's actually been talking about getting a bigger place, so I mean, probably should look into getting some more money for her. I mean, for us.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's more just about me, upgrading my place. She can come along if she wants.
Can you Finbar? Can you roll me a perception at disadvantage, please?
I can certainly. Certainly attempt. Perception. I rolled a 4.
A nat 1.
Yes.
Cool. You see the inside of your own skull.
Oh, it looks beautiful in there. Absolutely beautiful.
Cool. Carry on. Nothing is happening at all.
No, of course.
No. Why would it?
Should just use my my passive perception for that if you don't want to alert me to.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to get it's GM reasons if you want to discuss them afterwards.
No, I don't.
Oh, good. I'm just lonely.
Yeah, no, I say. So I suppose could look into doing something. However, I'm adverse to attempting to help Yorick at anything he does. Didn't Steve say something? He's doing something.
I don't remember.
He said something to me, but I just wasn't listening. It's Steve, after all.
I don't know who Steve is.
Oh. Yeah, me neither, really. He's a cool
Which
guy.
one's Steve?
So, I point at Steve. Is he around the bar?
It's getting pretty late at this point. It's probably like 1 a.m. in real world time. So yeah, it's starting to thin out. Your groupie's still there. He's sitting next to where you were performing, waiting expectantly.
Yeah. Do I see Steve in the tavern? Is he around?
No, he's not here.
All right. Okay. I say he helped out with making the tavern, so yeah, he's a pretty cool guy.
Hi.
And I kind of wave over at Steve.
Are there?
That's not Steve. Steve's not here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello. Sorry.
Oh.
He's
Never mind.
he's not from here.
That's Jeff you've waved at.
No, sorry.
His identical twin.
I go and I actually extend my claws out for a handshake, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm Mr. Dweck. Sorry. It's awkward, so I figured I'd just introduce myself.
He gives you a very stern look, and then goes back to talking to his companion across the table.
Ah, yes.
And in an awkward exchange, he turns around and comes back to Finbar.
You were saying, sorry.
Yeah. So we could speak to Steve about what he wants doing, because well, basically he's not Yorick, which is a big bonus in my books.
All right.
If you want to do something, that is. I mean, are you
No,
free?
let's go find Steve.
You free this
I
weekend?
don't mind. I mean, like you said, the door isn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah. I should quickly speak to my fan, Inkerboff. I walk over to the elf. Hello, Inkerboff.
Oh, hello, Finbar. He gives you a beaming smile. Any more performances tonight?
No, that was the last one for tonight.
Oh, let me buy you a drink.
All right, I will.
He scurries over to the bar and buys you a goblet of wine. Quite an expensive goblet of wine.
I take it.
A large, expensive goblet of wine.
I
It's a barrel of wine, is what I'm saying.
I take it and think, should I be drinking this amount of alcohol after what I've already drunk? And then I realize that yes, I definitely do. And yeah, I start drinking it. Hey, what did you think then?
Oh, it was just as splendid as always.
Not
I wish
better than my last one.
Oh yes, much better than the last.
So my last
one
one wasn't good.
He squirms uncomfortably. No, they're always good, Finbar. They're really, really good. I love everything you do. And he smiles at you nervously.
I shoot a wink to Ishtoak. Anyway, lad,
I
what is
thumbs
it?
up.
What is it you do around here? Other than
Well, I was going to go with Steve for his building expedition wood type thing. I don't know. He talked me into it, but I don't really know what I'd be doing.
right. Do you know where Steve is? We're actually thinking about going ourselves.
He'll probably be at his house by now, but it's about one and no, there's no concept of time. It's a little bit late, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. But I mean, should we just go? Like, Finbar's clearly a bit drunk at this point.
Whatever you say, Finbar. You know best after all.
Yeah, let's go. And
Cool.
I kind of go with the boys to where Steve lives, or where I think Steve lives. And knock on the
door. Ishkarov. Is that his name? Is that what I named
Yeah,
him?
Ishkarov is his name. I called him Inkaboff
That's-
because
Yeah,
Inkabar.
Engelbert. He leads you to Steve's house and says, well, I should probably head home. It's getting a little bit it's a bit late. Is that all right, Finbar?
Yeah, I guess so.
And
Yeah.
he says good night. Would you like me to take your goblet back to the?
No, I'll keep hold of this. Thank you.
He smiles and he gives you a little wave, his track, and then he walks off into the darkness.
Cool. I've already turned my back and I'm knocking on Steve's door. Steve.
Are you guys married? You're married to him too, right?
No. We're not married. No, he's just another one of the fans. I mean, when you travel with me for a time, Ishtuak, you'll realize that there are quite a lot of them who just absolutely adore me. Anyway,
Ah,
Steve.
You hear a, what the fuck? And you see a slat in the door open, not like a lie thing. He says, "Finbar, what are you doing? Oh,
I throw my goblet in his face to wake him up.
hi, Steve.
Wake up!
I'm
he
Ishtuak.
he splutters and then goes, and you hear some bolts undoing, and he opens the door.
About time. What took you so long?
I've been asleep.
Right, we're
Finbar.
going on a journey
Yes.
with you to get some wood.
Oh, you want to come with us?
Yes, you
Well,
want us to come with us.
Well,
What?
truth be told, I do. It would be nice to have some men with combat experience. Yorick won't let us take any guards, and he won't let us go unless we have some
Fucking Yorick,
men.
eh? Fucking Yorick.
Well, he's got a job to do.
Does he? Does he really, Steve?
Yes,
He does.
he.
I look disappointedly at Steve.
Steve looks really confused, but shrugs his shoulders and says, "Well, in that case, shall we? I suppose we have them. We have the men now to set off in the morning."
Yeah. Do we? Do we, Steve? And then Finbar passes out.
No.
Cool. There's
I'm gonna
there's
bring
no-
him to safety. It's nice meeting you, Steve.
As he holds out his hand.
Okay, bye.
And I pick up.
Steve remains silent as he looks.
Steve, it's just he's in that stage when you've just woken up in the middle
Yeah.
of the night because some drunk bard has knocked on your door. He's just
Yeah, I
cannot
know that
process
very
well.
thoughts fast enough to know
Yeah.
what is going on. He just slowly closes. He kicks Finbar's foot out of the way of the door and then closes the door. You hear the bolts doing back up and muttering from the other side.
Okay.
You seem very nice.
Ishtrek
yeah.
says to himself.
Yeah. As I bring
I
unconscious Finbar back to the bar.
I mutter, Harriet.
Ishtuak. But yeah, we'll get you to safety.
There is no Harris, only Ishtrek. I'm your
It's
wife.
all been a dream.
Doppelganger. Okay. I guess you take me back.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Well,
So do you go up to Thingy's room? Do you? Do you take him back to his room in the tavern?
Yes. If I know where that is, yes.
Yeah. There's like
Otherwise,
six
I
rooms
just
upstairs.
hang out in the common room. Yeah, I bring him upstairs.
Cool. So you approach his door. It's closed.
easy task.
I knock, and then I leave him there.
Okay.
Wake up and bang
Um,
the bait.
Cool. Yeah.
I just fumble with my key to.
You are on.
I mean, I passed out, but I mean, I'm just drunk enough to kind of stumble around. A bit.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. You have your keys on you. One would imagine.
I fumble with the lock and enter.
The door's unlocked.
Honey, I'm home. I take about 10 minutes
so
trying
as-
to unlock it.
Cool. So when you walk in, you are confronted with something of a sight. So you know that Harriet that
Is it the mirror?
Yeah, it's that. It's worse.
Oh, God.
So you
Oh, God.
see, which side of the bed does Harriet sleep on?
The right-hand side.
Well, it's all irrelevant because her entrails are spread out across both of the sides of the bed,
Ugh.
and she's been completely skinned.
Classic.
You hear the voice of Sergeant Alexander from behind you. Sorry, not Sergeant. It's Guard Captain Alexander now. Guard Captain Alexander, and he says, "By the gods, what have you done?" And the world goes black.
As it so often does.
Everything seems to be in order, and then I walk downstairs.
Right, boys, I'm going to sleep now. This is why you can never trust
Is
Steve.
Ishtuak nearby, or
No,
is he
this
already
is-
downstairs at
This
this
is
point?
after you've gone down. It's been like
Okay,
it took
alright.
like 10 minutes just to open the door.
Got it. Okay.
My face when Finbar is mysteriously framed for the murder of Harry. Oh dear.
Hi.
Yeah, you were drunk. You don't know what you did.
I'm fairly certain I didn't
No,
murder
you
Skin?
murdered her and skinned her and ripped
Yeah.
out her entrails.
I mean, I've never killed another man before, but okay.
We were gonna throw you a surprise party, but we ran out
I
of
mean,
streamers, so we just improvised.
You could arguably say that you killed Cassie.
I didn't kill Cassie.
Welcome back.
No. I clearly didn't kill Cassie. I'm safe in the knowledge I had nothing to do with her death. That was clearly her own fault. Silly girl.
Cool. It's Jack. What are you doing?
Ishtuak
Just spreading the intros a
kind
little
of gets
further.
up. Yeah, he's just. Ishtuak is.
Just arranging it nicely across the back.
Scrub, scrub here, and a scrub there, and a la.
He is downstairs, and then he kind of gets up from his chair, or he brings his chair back to the table where he took it from, and is like ready to just take a nap in the common room. And then the guys open up the door to go upstairs because that's where And I kind of just be like, oh, and I about to go to the door, and then I just kind of wave and then I don't really pay attention enough to actually be like, why are they storming upstairs? And he just kind of curls up like a
Wait,
cat by
what
the
do you-
fire.
What do you mean? Who's storming upstairs?
Well, I mean, the guard captain was
No.
like, hey, what have you done?
He didn't go upstairs.
Well, that's some other bloke. It was
It was Guard Captain
Someone
Alexander
like that.
whose voice
Yeah.
you heard. Ishtuak, you don't see Guard Captain Alexander.
So he
go
was
upstairs.
already gone. Okay.
You can
So-
assume what you want.
Yeah. All right. So he just kind of curls up and goes to sleep because he doesn't know. Unless he hears and be like, what have you done?
No, you heard nothing.
Yeah. He's going to just curl up and go to bed like it was a normal night. But this time it's not in the temple. It's right at the dying fire in the common room at the tavern.
I awaken and call my gnomish friend George to get me out of out of this legal problem.
Cool. You can you both roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I
See
can.
just where your entrails go.
See how far spread they are.
The higher the better.
On shave.
I rolled a 15.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, check you.
Cool. So Finbar, you over an unknown to you amount of time, you occasionally your eyes drift slightly open and you see the sky. It's cloudless, it's starry,
Ah, that's nice.
and your eyes close again.
Oh, that's
Pretty.
nice.
Ishtrak, this happens to you as well, slightly for longer periods of time. Your body feels very heavy, and you feel very cold.
We're having a
Yes.
bad trip.
You've
Yeah.
no, you ale, not even once. Yeah. So you guys awaken.
Okay.
You both are immediately hit by a huge amount of thirst and hunger. You've had a bad time, but you're gonna be okay. That's the important thing to focus on.
Okay. Is there anybody
Too focused
nearby?
on.
So, do you either of you have dark vision?
No.
Nah.
I think, no.
Did Dragonkin not have dark vision?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Which is cool because everybody else does.
Everyone that's not a human a halfling. I think. Let's play
I
a
don't think I
handbook.
do. No names. Because Nope. Breath weapon. Comic ancestry.
No, I don't think they... We see nothing.
Nope.
Dragonborn.
It's game over.
You see nothing. You're immediately killed.
That's it.
Damage is no. Cool.
Hey.
You guys see
It's pretty cool.
You guys see two blue dots. You see like a blue oval shape, and like like as if it's been cut in half. And
Hmm.
your bodies are suddenly racked with pain.
Ow.
Like I know, you could experience it really. It's like imagine someone's like slowly like knocking a chisel in between your skull platelets that like are there.
It's a hangover.
Soft part.
This is the worst hangover you've ever experienced.
Hashtag nurse in training. All right.
Indeed.
Like skull plates. There's what? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Painful.
you experience this horrendous pain. Can you both roll me a perception at disadvantage, please?
I'd love to.
No,
But I'm gonna
I
do it.
refuse.
An advantage. I'm gonna
I
use
just-
inspiration. Because I still have it.
Perception. I rolled a 15.
I rolled 22.
No, I did roll a 15.
Well, technically, because you're at disadvantage, did I say you were at disadvantage?
You said this.
Yeah. So using your inspiration would only balance it out to equal. So you'd have a 10.
So I used it.
You can retract that if you want.
I will retract that.
You
All right.
will. Will you retract that?
Oh yes, I said I will.
Yeah, yeah.
retract.
You
Cool.
will retract that.
So, despite the darkness and the pain, you just about and the unknown surroundings. You hear the very, very faint squeak of hinges, and you see so you know the stereotypical "don't go towards the light" and there's a light coming towards you. There's a light coming towards you, and then the pain suddenly stops, and you feel like flecks of like some sort of warm liquid. It's about blood temperature.
It's
Ah,
35 degrees. So.
As you regain your vision, you see Major Yorick and Guard Captain Alexander
Classic.
with one with a sword and one with an axe, both of which are buried in the neck of Guard Captain Alexander, but with blue eyes, which is weird. I
By the
wrote
way,
some-
so Guard Captain... No.
Guard Captain Alexander and Major Yorick have just stabbed Guard Captain Alexander in the neck. There's two of
The
Guard
watch.
Captain Alexander.
Right, okay. That was the thing that
Um,
confused me.
Yeah, sorry. I should have specified that.
Yeah, that
um,
was...
So yeah, and they're behind him. It's just like they've hit an artery and there's just blood spurting out of him. And you see Guard Captain Alexander, his armor, he was wearing like chainmail. It just starts like flaking off of him, and he like twists as he falls to the ground. And he's eventually completely naked, but he's not. He's grown about 3 feet. His body
Which
is
direction?
what?
it's good.
He's completely naked.
Dick up.
That's right.
Wow. And he's like muscles have twisted. His flesh has gone like cyan, or like almost cyan. It's like a kind of light blue. His face is like covered over with an extra layer of tissue in some parts.
What's he been drinking?
And
Oh.
yeah, he's generally had a bit of a transformation. Major Yorick looks at him and says, "No, he doesn't use that line yet. I've had this one written since episode 1. And I'm not blowing it here."
Nice.
Major Yorick says, Major Yorick and Guard Captain Alexander look at you and go. They just look at you and try and they like prod at you to see if you're awake. You would imagine that you don't look great.
I don't. I imagine they're like beautiful.
Okay. In
Mother,
reality, you don't.
Mother, go away.
Even better, you hear Major Yorick say.
Fuck off and take me out again. Blackness, where's the blackness? I want it back,
This,
please. Anything,
you-
anything
you-
but this.
you wouldn't be drunk or hungover at this point.
No,
FYI.
no, I'm just like.
Oh, you just.
Fucking had enough of
This-
Yorick.
Well, you can always find your way out of this on your own.
Yes,
he,
please.
You feel your bonds that behind you being cut. Istrak, you feel the same. Right.
Whereabouts are we? Like in
You
are we in a
are.
cave or are we?
It's very dark, and there's torchlight. It's rocky on the floor, certainly.
Where
You're
are
sit-
we?
Just
I
about
can't see.
several days to the northeast of Coalport.
Why have you taken me here?
I haven't taken you anywhere. It was this, whatever it is, and he hoofs it. You would notice that there's several other dwarves, all armed with crossbows, like surrounding. One's watching the door. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Good news. Only good
I
news.
want the good news and then the bad news and then follow it up with the rest of the good news.
Yeah, I want some more good news at the end.
A good news sandwich.
I just kind of want good news.
Well, the good news is
Actually, no, bad news.
okay. The bad news.
No,
is
good
that-
news.
Okay, the good news is, shut up. The good news is that, well, we've managed to get in here unnoticed, and well, we've got you these, and he from behind him, he gives you a sword. Each offers you a sword each.
This is the good news. Oh god, what's the
Do you
bad
t-
news?
Do you take the sword?
Yeah, I take it.
Yeah,
Do
you
I have any
take-
of my effects on me, or am I?
You have your clothes
Okay, cool.
and probably a handful of coins that you would have had in your pocket.
Hey,
Uh,
P-Farts. Welcome.
Hey, Pete Farts. Bad news. There's a lot of drow outside, and I mean like a lot.
Not
It-
worried.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I mean, any
Did you
other
say
bad...
bad news?
Yeah, you said bad news.
Well, one. Oh, I think the other one you probably need to see for yourself.
Oh.
We managed to track you here. Look, you film. What's the last thing you guys remember?
Oh, Harriet? Question mark? Look at him questioning me.
Sorry about that, mate. And he puts a large comforting hand on your shoulder and gives it a squeeze.
I actually take it. And I look down and I don't say anything.
What about you, Istrak?
I remember sleeping. I went to bed and then I remember looking at the sky, feeling a headache, and then I got here. So I don't quite remember much of importance.
Well, let me cut to the chase. It's been about a week since, well, any of us last saw you. This thing here seems to have, Alexander's probably best if you say this. Alexander says, I was out on patrol, just doing my rounds the streets one night, a couple of weeks back now, and I came across this thing in its current form, although less dead. It got the better of me and, took me prisoner. It kept me in the basement of Magister Salinar's, of all places. From what we can tell, it managed to assume my form, as well as, a few others. He pretended to be me. Harriet, and he looks at the floor.
So she's
She's dead, mate.
yeah.
What happened to Harriet? What happened?
Probably now's not the best time, mate.
Oh.
But that was this thing. It was only after I was seen, but not me. This thing was seen as me taking you two out of town in the dead of night. After, and Yorick chimes in. He, but not him, pointing at Alexander, took you two to me to tell me that you'd been caught, savaging Harriet, and I imprisoned you. As one would do.
Well done. Yeah, good one.
Ishtwag
He
has not been following along.
he ignores this and he ignores the comment. But he says, all evidence was there that you'd done it. There were witnesses of you going upstairs. No one else had been seen going upstairs, but it turns out that obviously it wasn't you, as you were seen being carried away by Guard Captain Alexander, or his
Right.
form at least.
So let me get this straight. This thing looked like you. I point to Alexander.
Yes.
Comes in to the Coldport
Yes.
and then kills Harriet, and then makes it look like I killed Harriet, and then
you and
you-
Ishtuak, yes.
yeah, okay, and then so you were framed as well apparently, and then
Oh,
you looked us up by pointing at Yorick, and then
Yeah.
it for some reason decided to take us out of that prison into this wherever we are.
It would appear so, yes. But
Right.
at least now it's dead.
Right.
okay.
So are there more of them?
We haven't seen any more of these things, but from the looks
A
of what they
drow.
can do, we wouldn't be able to tell. There's a lot of drow out there, lads.
I
Yeah.
walk over to this thing on the floor.
Cool.
And I cut off his head.
Sweet. It probably takes you like 2 swings, 2-3 swings.
I'm happy about
There's
that.
a lot of muscle tissue. Yorick watches. He doesn't appear to bat. He probably bats about 1/8 of one eyelid. Oh, hello everyone who's joined us in the chat. Cool. He says, well, it'll be time for revenge yet, mate.
Well, do we know that they're is working with the drow, or
It seems that way. We had to get past at least 100 of them to get in here.
all right? And I, with my sword drawn, start walking out towards where he said the drow.
Did you,
Let's get him.
did you
So-
fight the drow, or did you sneak by?
And I grab Finbar's like collar as he's walking away and try to stop him.
Hold on.
He wants
did
to
you
go. He
sneak
wants
it?
to. He wants to go.
Cool. Roll me a contested strength.
Oh no, I say Ishtrak is
Okay.
stronger than me.
Okay. Yeah.
He would, but you know, obviously, I'm at any moment I might try and bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you approach the door, you'd see a stack. There's probably about 15, 20 dead drow,
Okay.
piled up. They've all got like puncture wounds. There's as you go into the corridor, there's two more dwarves, one watching each direction. So as you go out, there's a left turn and a right turn. And guard captain. Guard Captain Alexander. Bloody hell, I should not have instituted a proper ranking system. I should have just called them all captains or sergeants or nothing. However, it's happened now. Guard
There you go.
Captain Alexander says, we came from that way, pointing to the right. There's a lot of them out there. We don't know what's down that way.
Well, if they're up there, let's go that way.
You might want to
You just-
play this with a little bit of caution, Finbar. I know you're angry, but it doesn't make sense to get us all killed.
Wait, I'm not
Should,
suggesting you come with me.
Well, we kind of have a duty of protection over you.
Fuck that. Duty gone. And I
Doesn't-
start walking again.
Okay, the doors they're kind of running with you. Are you being at all stealthy?
No, I'm just strolling out. I'm walking briskly outwards
Okay.
with intent.
Okay, so you'd probably walk for about 5 minutes. Ishtrak, do you say anything on this?
It's really hard. I'm gonna. Ishtuak tries.
Finbar, I really think we should. I really think we should probably listen to the captain on this one.
Why?
I mean, you army versus you, and and me. But I don't think
We've faced
boy.
worse odds than this.
I don't. But the guard is telling us to.
Wait a minute. I turn around with my sword and point at them. How do we know that these aren't just drow? Or
Oh,
doppelganger things?
You're
Actually, I
right.
might have heard the term doppelganger.
You probably
Even if I don't know it's a creature, I know that doppelganging is a
yes.
pretending
I
to
would
be
point.
someone
I
else.
would point out. Well, you actually called it before anything happened. Just accidentally.
Oh
You
yeah, I did.
mentioned
Yeah,
dopp-
no, I did. Yeah.
You mentioned doppelgangers. I was like,
Yeah.
have you been reading my notes?
Yeah.
I'll explain other reasons for that later.
That's cool.
You would have certainly heard of the concept, although you never would have encountered one.
Yeah, but I mean,
again,
I can put two.
they're a thing of myth. Yorick says, "Well, we just murdered that, and have just broken in here to get you out."
Did all these men come with you?
Yeah.
Did you lose anyone?
Yeah.
No, we left one of them outside to guard
Well,
the
you
horses.
thought Alexander before was the real one.
Yeah, but now
mean,
we're
What if that one killed the other one to make himself look like the real one? And I look very suspiciously at Alexander.
Look, mate, and he goes to, are you like pointing your sword at him?
Yeah.
Okay, he goes to
Finbar's
like,
in a very kind of laissez-faire with his sword at this point.
he's just like, oh,
Oh,
oh God.
God.
Yeah, he says, look, this is not the best situation. We just need you to trust me, mate. We are who we say we are.
All right. For now.
Finn, I'm really Ishtuak. I just thought
Alright.
you should know.
I'm.
Roll me a persuade.
Yeah, go on.
Roll a persuade.
It'd be funny if I'm just convinced that he's not.
Roll another one. Yeah, it's obvious to you, Finbar, that this is
It
not.
seems so obvious now.
It's obvious to you that Ishtuak is a doppelganger.
I quickly
Uh-oh.
turn my sword on him and say, "Really?
Really?
Got any proof for that?" And I kind of look at, I kind of nod to Yorick and Alexander, like, yeah, he's one of them.
They both have. Well, Alexander's got a hand on the hilt of his on the hand of his sword, and Yorick's doing the same with his axe.
Yeah.
The other dwarves all look very. There's 5 other dwarves, and they all look very uncomfortable with the situation.
Well, no, but guys, you dragged Ishtuak, right? Right.
Wait, say that again.
He talks to the other guys and he's like, "You guys brought Ishtuak's body here, right?"
What the fuck are you talking about, mate?
Oh boy.
I say,
Oh.
tell me something that only Ishtuak would know, and that I would know.
Cassie's body's back is full of arrows, and you ditched it and now love someone else who has been flayed. And I'm surprised that you actually love her because you easily kicked Cassie to the dirt. But Harriet is now the love of your life, which is really surprising. And I'm also married to a lady of the wood.
I put my sword to his throat very threateningly, and then say,
All the dwarves raise their crossbows, level them at you.
and then say, "No,
Everybody...
he's good. He's good. Come on, boys."
Oh dear, the tension. Yorick,
Wow.
Yorick gives you
I was scared.
a pat on the back to reassure you.
He's big on that.
He does a lot of. He's all about the patting. It's his trademark.
It's ironic because he's so small. People must always be patting him on the head, including me.
Like you patted that tavern keep. Yeah. So you probably walk for a few more minutes. The dwarves and Alexander are kind of just following you. They're looking quite wary and sharp-eyed. At one point, so you see the cave like slightly start to open from the dim light of the torch, and you hear the sound of a war horn.
Sounds good.
Ah, man. Google Hangout. would have
Oh,
been
if
the
we
best
were in
time
Hangouts, we could have. God damn it! It
I
could have been
say,
sick.
well, sounds like they're that way.
Does it
Sure,
sound like,
sorry, I turn to Yorick and say, are they gonna like attack Coalport? Because if they are, we need to like kill them.
You make a fair point. we could see what harm we can do. Maybe if we
I
prepare
as the horn goes, I raise my head and say, "That's no Orcorn."
Well, no, of course it's not.
Shut
Does
up.
is the horn sound like the one that was at the tower?
Oh, it's,
Yes.
no,
Sounding
different
in the
horn?
deep.
it's sounding in the deep.
One last time.
You don't particularly recognize. It just sounds like a generic horn. It's quite tinny and high pitched. It's like "Burp." It's a bugle. The
It's a
British
bugle.
have arrived, and they specifically kill
Huzzah.
Ishtarak for being an American.
Mm,
Okay. Well, you know, I said to Yorick, if they're going to attack Coport, perhaps we should kill them.
Yeah. We should at least do what damage we can. If you guys are, well, if you're okay with that, Ishtarak.
Yeah. We're good with that.
Did you bring?
Fields,
Did
you got it.
you take the sword? By
Yeah,
the
I've
way?
got it.
No,
Yeah.
Ishtarak,
Oh, sorry.
did you take the sword that you were
no,
off?
he left it. He actually turned to cut his binds with it, but no. Other than that, no.
Cool. Yorick in that case, probably taking it
He
back.
just left it.
Cool. He says perhaps we should take this a little bit more stealthily then. See what's going on.
Awesome.
All right, for now, but if there are any stragglers, we'll pick them off.
Sounds like a plan. Ready, boys? And the dwarves around him and Alexander nod, and they all crouch as if they're in Skyrim. They begin sneaking. No,
I
Exactly.
look at them and say, like, do they need to crouch? I mean, they're already
one of them flips you off.
pretty small. I kick his ass.
They all shoot you.
Kick his ass.
I do. Play for it at least.
I curb stomp him.
We have banter.
Yeah, they're
Just curb stomp him.
he just gears of war jump on him. Cool. Do you guys want to roll me a stealth?
Surely.
Surely we shall.
Yeah.
I'm so good at stuff. I rolled a 22.
22, 23, and we've got a 15 from Ishtarak. Remember, you've always got your advantage. Just a
I'll use it
reminder.
now, but
Um,
I have to use
I
it
will.
before.
No. You can use it whenever, but I would say don't use it now because you've succeeded either way.
Yeah.
What I will say though is, Finbar, you have inspiration for that
Huzzah.
beautifully role-played little moment. So I'm going to switch you to a map, and I'll tell you now. The map is called Shitstorm Ensues because I couldn't think of a better name for it.
Love it. This is the that region that I know actually.
So I'm not going to like hide bits on the map because there's so much of it.
Oh my
There's no need.
dear lord.
This is going to be fun for you, Will. So
I love
it takes you about a minute to get there, and you start to hear familiar screeching, which you would recognize to be goblins.
Jesus Christ, chap.
You hear roars, you hear the sounds of pain and battle, and you emerge into this area here.
Is this a cavern, yeah, or is it open?
This is one giant cabin. You can't see the ceiling. You can't
let
actually
us
see
into the
much. They've actually the guards have also, the guys that were with the Yorick have extinguished all their torches as well. So it's very dark. You can probably see clearly about 3 squares, and you can see probably about 3 to 9 squares. That kind of distance would be silhouettes and very like you can see like flashes of movement. And you can actually see the odd like bolt of light, but for the most part you can't see much. You can just hear a whole lot of. It's very noisy in here. There's all sorts of languages. You can hear the language of the drow that you heard a couple of times now. But yeah, you're confronted with this.
Right. Okay.
So you guys I'll bunch you back a little bit just so you just entered. As you sneak out, Yorick just goes, "Holy fuck!"
Oh boy.
Right.
So you'd see to your forward and left, you'd see this pillar of rock. To your immediate right, there's a wall of a cavern, and you think you can see like the edge of the cavern up that way, like a diagonal. Over here, let's see how we've got this on the stream. Yeah, you can see what you think to be the edge of the cavern up to the north. And then you've got the pillar here that you can see, and the rest is open space. You can see the silhouettes of some drow to your left, and apart from that, not much.
Right. Well then, I say,
And you hear the roar of what you would probably. Have you ever fought an ogre before, either of you, or
Ooh.
seen
I would
an
have,
ogre?
I would have claimed to. I may not have.
Would you have?
actually done.
Would you have actually, like, in your head? Would you recognise
No,
the
no,
sound?
no.
Nope.
Cool.
I would
not.
have.
You'd hear the sound of at least one ogre.
Dear me. I say, this is an army, my friend Yorick, and I'm clearly like a little bit taken aback at the noise.
Oh boy.
I think it might be two armies, Finbar. There certainly wasn't this going on when we came through before.
Well, this happened in the last. Okay.
It's literally like, roll me a perception, both of you.
Let me find my thing. Yeah, P-Fox, I am a human, not a half-elf. Sometimes I think I'm a half-elf too, so... It's just in my dreams, though.
Sepalep. 13.
Perception! I rolled a 40. Or an 18, depending
You
on...
rolled an 18. You're not at disadvantage because
disadvantage,
you're
yeah.
judging this by sound. This battle has only been going on for about a minute.
There's a... so is a battle going on, is it?
From the sound of it, yes.
Okay, sorry, I didn't really quite catch that, yeah.
It's you hear the odd like sound of a crossbow string going off. You hear screeching, you hear roaring. It's very hard to tell what's going on. Obviously, because you're in the pitch blackness and have no dark vision,
Yeah.
and you haven't been in many
Just wanna make
battles
all the
before, you
sound.
just know that it's chaos. You just hear. And
Do
then
we let them fight it out and pick off the stragglers, or...
Yeah, I like that idea.
Well,
Let's
what's fighting?
let's stay crouching.
What did Yorick say?
He said, "Well, it might help to know what the fuck's fighting."
Well, you can go in if you want. So, I mean, it's your job, after all.
Cool. Yorick goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake," and beckons to one of his boys.
I'll do it
Fortunate-
myself. You, go in there.
No, he beckons with him to come with him as he goes.
Okay.
He's not like, "I'll do it
It's like,
by
go on
proxy."
then. Yeah.
I'll go by myself.
We've through your body.
Page 350 of the Monster Manual.
I'd love to.
Got some background noise.
Oh. Hello. Yorick dies.
You see Yorick disappear into the darkness. That's not Yorick's counter.
It makes that's actually quite a pleasing thing for Finbar.
Oh my
And
God.
then
That's
he
what I want.
returns.
Oh.
It's back.
I look disappointed slightly.
He returns.
Oh, Yorick, you're back.
He says, from the looks of it, drow fighting goblins.
Cool. Well, we seem to have avenged Harriet. So,
Goblins have certainly got the numbers on them.
so the drow will all be dead. That's good.
And we'll have a lot of goblins instead.
Goblins.
There's some sort of
pretty easy
there's
to
some
kill.
sort of storage up that way. He points up to the north. Do you guys want to take a look?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we can take a look. It was
Maybe they'll have something for us to
maybe they'll have
use.
plans on their plans. I don't know. Let's walk.
All right.
Cool. Roll me a stealth.
I'm going to use advantage. This time. Or inspiration.
Or potentially.
You don't have to. You don't have to declare it until after you rolled. Although I'll assume you.
I will use my inspiration now. So for a
Will
total
you-
of 22.
Will you both be using your inspiration by any chance?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is where I roll shit and both of you die. rolling the dice. There we go. For anyone wondering, we've got the dwarven crossbowmen are statted as scouts, and Yorick and Alexander are statted as veterans. So, do you guys want to move your counters to wherever you sneak off to?
Yes.
I go off to here, I guess, and Right
There's a big old fence in
oh,
the
is
way.
that a fence? Okay.
It's like an iron. Sorry, I had to do it from top down, so it's not entirely obvious. So yeah, you're confronted
Hmm.
by a wrought iron or metal of some sort fence.
Hmm. Is there any seemingly way to get through there?
There's a gate, but it looks to be locked.
Anyone got a key?
Yorick looks around and goes, regrettably not.
Well, unless anyone looks like they can bust this thing open. Extract, you're pretty strong. What does it look like? Indestructible?
It certainly doesn't look indestructible. It's just like a metal fence. It doesn't go all the way up as well. There's it probably goes up about 12 feet.
Okay.
In that case.
Oh yeah, I'd say.
Is there a space above?
Yeah.
one
There's
could
it's
fit through?
yeah. There's a space you like I said, you can't see the ceiling of this cabin.
Okay.
Can you see the end of this gate up there?
Yeah, it looks like you could potentially climb over the top. Yeah. I
All
mean,
right.
You're pretty
I'll
nimble.
see if I can block it from the other side.
I like give him a like a leg up.
Cool. Roll me an athletics at advantage, please, Ishtuak.
Hey, gel horse.
Oh, same roll as last time.
Cool. So you're at you've got a 19. So cool. You're in.
I'm in.
Okay.
Okay, what do you see?
Cool. So there's a large table. Do you say this in character?
Not yet.
Cool. Yeah, Istrak, you see a large table covered in all sorts of weaponry. You see a pair of chests.
Ooh. Are they lady chests?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to
Almost certainly.
Harriet. Oh,
You see Harriet's entrails in both the chests.
rip number 2.
I found
Two of many.
there's a table. It looks like to have some weapons on it.
Okay.
And then also, it seems like there are some chests over here too.
Anything in the chests? Gold? We could take.
Ah.
I mean,
I-
important plans.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me check.
and I'm gonna make my way to this one
Cool. It's
and try to
Try.
unlock it, but it's probably locked.
okay. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Harkins, right? We need to clearly go on a mini quest for this key.
That one happening.
I look for the exclamation point above Yorick's head. Please let me start the
Whoa.
quest.
You like as you open it, just a little bit of dust comes out. It's like a yellowish dust. Well, it's hard to tell. But actually, with a 20, it's like a yellowish dust. There's not
Okay.
much of it, but you get out of the way and it kind of settles. Do you go back to the
An
chest?
asbestos chest. Yeah, he
Okay,
waits for the dust to settle, and then he kind of just peers in.
it's full of this of yellow powder.
I think
Um,
he closed.
Do you have any kind of background in any? Would you know anything about rocks?
He's a gem cutter by a hobby.
Ah, very true.
does have-
Roll me a. Would it be nature for knowing about geology? Is there a geology skill? should-
knowledge? Geology.
History?
Maybe
No,
nature.
history. We can't use history for all generic world knowledge.
Arcana.
Perception, sweet. Investigation.
Investigation.
We'll go with
I
investigation.
mean,
There used to
They're
be
all
a,
negative
there used to be an
so-
evaluation skill in 4E, which would have
That would have
that would
helped.
have been the value of it. But
Yeah.
fluff.
You
no
think
idea what
it's pure Colombian cocaine?
and I go, no, thank you. and I just
We'll
Yeah,
take
One of
it.
them's full of powder.
You think it's some sort of yeah, you think it's like the equivalent of a Hoover bag. It's where they put all their dirt and the
Well,
dust.
Yeah.
What kind of
Okay.
powder?
I don't know, yellow dust. I
Show,
don't know.
show me some.
Seemed worthless.
Okay, put some in a bag.
All right, give me your bag.
We'll say you've got some sort of pouch.
Yeah, some kind of pouch that you can I, you, like pass
It's
it
your
through and I
mind
can look
pouch.
at it.
Yeah. It's like you can easily.
Yeah, and
You probably fit
I
your head through, but you'd end up getting it stuck, and then have to call the like.
I use
Right.
one of the weapons from the table to kind of just shovel it into the bag,
Cool.
and then I give it to him. I don't really want to touch it because I don't.
Cool. As you what kind of weapon do you pick up?
A dagger.
Cool. The world
Seems to be the
seems
most.
slightly brighter. Not hugely, but you can see a tiny bit better. All of a sudden, as you pick it up.
Okay. He kind of blinks, looks around a little bit, and then he uses the dagger, and then as the shovel, and then once he gets the bag, he hands it off to Finbar, and then he looks at the table for anything that would anything else. What else is? Can I see the table a little clearer
Yeah,
now?
it's covered in weaponry. There's a couple of bits of miscellaneous equipment. I'm just going to go to the one of the loot tables, which
Can I roll an
Okay.
investigation to see what I think this powder is?
absolutely.
I'll have a look. Investigation. Finbar investigates with a 15.
So, where have you encountered sulfur before?
Well, I don't know honestly. Probably might have just read about it somewhere. He's quite learned. He'll have heard tales and stuff. Might have heard
Cool.
a tale about it.
Yeah, you from the smell, you recognise this this to be sulfur. You know that it's quite potently flammable, especially when it's in dust form.
Okay,
But you can't quite put your finger on what happens. You know something happens when you burn it, but you cannot for the life
it's
of you remember.
flammable and stuff.
Like
I-
something different other than it burning. Something.
Other
happened.
than something exploding. I turn to Yorick and say, "There's loads of sulfur here. Do you know what this does, right?"
Did you say sulfur?
Yeah.
Can't say I've ever been into mining much. It's a bit of a stereotype, unfortunately.
That's surprising. What about you? I point at the other dwarf.
We're not really in the mining business, and one of them holds up a crossbow.
I look at him very confusedly. Call yourself dwarves. Anyway, this is sulfur. It's really
the same one that flipped you the bird earlier.
I kick him again.
When he says sulfur, can I make some sort of knowledge check? Because now he's like,
You'd have heard of sulfur, but you certainly don't know anything about it.
I
There's
say,
some sort of rock that's some sort of chemical. Yeah.
That's not the sulfur. I say this is really
You wake up in Magaluf.
What? Done so well. I say
Right.
this is really really flammable, and they've got loads of it in that chest.
Awesome.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes. All right, I'm going to check the other chest.
And I
Pretty
say to
quick.
Yorick, you think what I'm thinking?
He gives you a quizzical look. Out of character, what are you thinking?
He should do some mining.
He nods.
you should get into mining. Anything else on this table?
Yeah. Do you want to roll me a perception?
Sure. Sure.
Anything else in there, Joak? I say is you have a look.
That one, I'm going to just give me 1 second, and then I'm going to look at the chest. The other chest.
What have we got? We've got a
10.
10. Cool. Roll me 2d100s.
Sure.
33 and a 29.
You find a potion of healing and a potion of love.
as it has always been.
It's the only items in this world.
So so there's just a load of like normal looking things, but this is one thing that I always like to make it clear because it justifies why I use the loot table so frivolously. But magic is obviously common in this world. Someone's just messaged me on Steam. I'm just going to log off entirely. Go away. I don't know you. I'm friendly, I promise. So everything looks fair. There's like fairly generic. The dagger that you picked up just looks fairly plain. It's in the they're all kind of in the same dark metal style of the weaponry that the Drow have been carrying. But there's two things you notice. The first is like there's a quiver with a number of arrows in it, and the arrows seem to be of a slightly higher quality. They're actually flecked. They don't have whatchamacallit, they don't have fletchings of feather. They have fletchings of lizard scales. What was the other one after? It was a 33 and
29. Look at everyone, forever players in the chat.
Hey, forever
Hey, forever
player.
player.
Welcome back, my friend.
What up, my mod?
Welcome back, my friend. Kind of went a little
Cool. So was it
interesting
20,
there.
a
For
29?
those of you who don't know, forever player is my mod.
I thought you were going to say your mum. I honestly
My
thought
mum.
I thought that was how that was going there.
Hi, mom.
Hi, mum. Thanks for being a mod on the chat.
I'm gonna mod because you were talking about Twitch and you thought it'd be so cool, so I'm modding you.
Gotta make sure that none of your friends swear.
Why are you being
Dungeons
Why are
and
you
Dragons.
being mean to the nicest person?
No, I'm being
No,
mean
I'm
to
not.
Miss Mum.
That's my mom.
I'm
We
sorry.
love, we love forever player.
Cool. So, you see a slightly finer looking set of chainmail.
Ooh.
Normal. Do you do anything with these?
This looks nice, and I slide it through the chain or through the fence. Actually, I tell them there's some fine-looking armor and
Arrows. Is it?
some arrows. Yeah, I know, but I don't know if he wants to take them or not because the lizard skin is a bit offensive.
It's,
be your
it's
brother.
clearly not. It's clearly not dragon. The scales are far too large
They're
to be.
cousins, though. I mean, they're cousins, surely.
Yeah, they're like distant.
Yeah.
It's probably only. It's like your literal uncle was
Might be
killed.
a distant cousin.
All
Wow.
right, he goes, well, there's some sort of arrows with lizard whatever, and there's also this really cool chainmail.
Like you can see that they're both magical to some degree as well. Like it's fairly. You can kind of sense it in this world. Everyone
I
can
say,
sense it.
all right. Do you want any? Do you need any of those?
I don't.
I can take them. I've got a bow.
If you don't have a bow
Right.
on you,
At home.
but you can like this table has like a ton of weapons on it. If name a basic weapon and it's here.
Okay. Well, here, and then I give him the quiver, and then I go, oh, wait, and then I give him the short bow. Is there a long bow?
There's it would not be a long bow, it'd be a short bow
I'll take
and
it.
a
Short bow.
crossbows.
Yeah.
And then I go,
Thanks.
do you want this? And then I hold up the chainmail.
Yeah. Sure. I'll put that on.
Why does Finbar get every piece of loot?
He's just so lovable, and people just want to give him gifts.
Uh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, do monks wear much armor? I don't think they do. No.
Monks don't.
Yeah,
oh,
monks-
in character, right?
well, I mean,
Both.
They don't wear armor
monks,
because they're
they-
better with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I wear armor, I lose a lot of stuff, and he doesn't.
I mean, I'd give it to
Really
Darius if he were
wants it.
here, but he's not. So
Yeah, nor does he really want it right now.
No.
It'll
actually,
limit
would
my.
Finbar do that? No, he'd probably take it for himself if it was offered.
Yeah, of course you would. That'd be ridiculous.
Of course it would. Oh, new
Sure.
shirt.
Do you pick
Just
up any
just
other?
when Finbar was trying to become a slightly nicer person, he's just going to be even more
Uh,
awful now. I think.
I leave that, and I'm gonna check out the next chest.
Do you take? So did you take the dagger with you?
When I put it down, does everything darken?
Yeah.
All right, I put it in my belt.
Everything darkens.
Is the light also emanating from this bow when I hold the bow? Does it? Like
Yes.
a-
When you hold, it's not like it's emanating. It's so you can just
Yeah,
see
yeah,
better.
yeah.
So you can see slightly more. Those drow that are opposite you, that you're kind of hiding from at the moment. I imagine you guys are probably at this proximity. You're probably laying prone, hiding behind rocks and stuff. Like it's fairly. I didn't want to put every single rock on, but it's fairly rocky environment.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are probably like hiding. Otherwise, you'd be seen instantaneously. So yeah, obviously you guys are hiding. But yeah, Finbar, you can see much better all of a sudden.
I'm gonna check the other chest.
Cool. Can you both roll me initiative, please?
Sure.
Surely.
Forever player says, whenever I come in, there are less players. Well, last week it was just me and Myth. Beth and
There-
Josh
there
have
should
just gotten
be-
back from holiday late today, so they're pretty tired. Oops.
They've drunk a lot of alcohol and been awake for about 3 days straight.
Yeah, so we're giving them a day off. Initiative.
Ocho team.
How do I do this? As Finbar. Let's see if this works. Sometimes it doesn't for me. Initiative. Huzzah, 7.
Marvelous.
Cool. Bear with me a second.
You've got a lot of things to roll initiative.
I've got GM rolls to do.
The million other creatures.
All the I know why. I'm not rolling initiative for all. There's about 100 creatures on the map at the moment, and by the gods, I'm not doing that. I'd rather literally die. Cool. Can you roll me a strength or dexterity saving throw as well, please?
Of course.
This is Ishtuak, sorry.
Going dex.
Nice.
What did you roll?
23.
Cool. So before you go into initiative order, this thing, like, actually, wait. Sorry, I have to.
Got it. Waiting.
So I'm going to do the initiative order on my document.
Ooh.
So it was Ishtuak first, followed by Finbar.
As I put the chainmail on, does it feel any different?
You don't have time to put it on yet. Like you'd probably just start as things that are about to transpire. Yeah, you could probably just be about to start putting it on, and then you'd be immediately very distracted.
Cool.
Right, we've got. What did you roll, Finbar?
7. Oh wait, sorry. I need to roll a dexterity check, don't I?
No, you don't.
Oh, do you mean on initiative?
Yeah, on initiative.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 on initiative.
Cool. Okay. Right. So Ishtuak, as you go to open this chest, it opens itself, and a tongue lashes out and tries to
I called it, chap.
grab your. Did someone call it?
Yeah, chat called it. I think Harkin called it.
Harkin, stop reading my notes.
Okay.
And a tongue it lashes out at your hand, but you manage.
Finbar,
You just
I
managed
think
to
this
drive.
thing killed Harriet.
What? Where?
This thing.
Right.
So it's a
I draw
look at me
my
and
draw my sword and immediately.
Cool. It's Ishtuak, your turn.
Is the doppelganger masquerading as a mimic?
What is the
might well be.
what is the top of this fence? When I climbed over it, was it spiked?
Yeah.
And
And it's about
I'm gonna
12
try to.
foot high.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm gonna try to pick it up.
The chest.
Yes, the mimic chest,
Yeah.
not mimic.
Throw it into the sulfur. I'll blow it up. We'll all die.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that, but we may need to.
Just putting it.
Athletics to pick it up.
You roll me a strength, just a strength test.
Very nice.
18.
18.
Cool. Could you roll me a Can you roll me a dex? Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, please?
Siete.
I don't know what that means.
7.
Cool.
I don't
So
speak American. Sorry.
you. So wait a sec. Let's see how badly this goes for you. So you go to pick it up, and as you pick it up, you find as you like it's got handles on each side, and you lift it, but what were you going to do with it after you've lifted it up?
I was gonna try to jump on the table and spike it onto, or slam dunk it onto one of the spikes.
Cool. So you can get up there, and as you go to like try and throw it, or do anything with it, you find that you cannot separate it from your hands. It's like stuck,
Cool.
and that is your turn.
That's fine with me.
Who is next on my list of things?
Not I don't think.
Sorry, keep doing Ted.
So Alexander turns around and goes, "Oh bloody hell!" And tries to climb.
Default says it's a ditto, not a mimic or a doppelganger.
So he manages to climb up, and he's on top of this pillar of the fence. He just says, "Hang on," climbs up there. The other scouts keep watch.
I just realized it's a perfect time to murder Yorick by just blowing up the sofa. Rip Yorick, then run away with all the loot again.
Wow. Instate yourself. Finbar, it's your turn. Let me guess.
Let's see.
You drew your sword because he said this thing killed Cassie.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. But I have no way of actually getting over there, so I'll probably cast a spell at it.
Cool.
You can make fun of it.
I could make fun of it. Yes, let's do
Look
that.
at you. You're not even a real treasure chest.
Yeah,
You've got nothing inside you.
that's exactly what it's gonna be. I cast vicious mockery at him.
What words do you say?
I say, "You're not even a real treasure chest," and and then cast my finger at him, and
Cool. So it's your spell save modifies difficulty is 14 now, isn't it?
yeah, so inevitably succeed. Oh no, good, cool. Wasn't
So
that
it takes 7 damage.
Wasn't that one? That's a 4. Yeah, it
That's
takes 7 damage. 7 damage, and it's disadvantaged on its next attack roll.
Yeah. Did you add your charisma modifier to that?
I think it's already added in.
Because I don't
think
think
it's auto added.
I don't think it's supposed to have the charisma modifier.
It is. It's a stat bonus. Charisma mod. Damage
It
type
doesn't
psychic.
it doesn't go into spell damage though, unless it specifies in the spell. It's one thing I noticed when I was looking through your spell list. Although I'll quickly check
I
it.
don't have the exact text of the spell up.
It's
I
all right. I just need to look at one thing. So yeah, what words do you say it is? Sorry.
Just out like
Treasure
you're
chest.
not even a real treasure chest.
Oh yes,
Sort of-
I think yeah, because otherwise vicious mockery would be shit. As a
Yeah, that's
cantrip.
what I think we said last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would only just do 4.
Even if it's not, I GM buff it. You're not even a real chest. It whines sadly.
You're just made of cardboard and broken dreams.
You're a sellout.
You're a sellout.
Cool. So
It used to be all about the treasure, man. Now it's all about just looking like treasure.
what attacks does this thing have?
Bet your chest parents are disappointed in you. But heartless.
What is your AC, Ishtrak?
15, I believe.
Well, it's hit
Oh.
you.
Just
Yes, it has.
And it does.
I guess. Oh wait, it could be 16 now because my thing went up. But it doesn't matter. I'll still-
you're a jelly
you
sandwich
take-
about the jelly.
Yeah. that's it.
you take 10 damage as this thing. What attack was that?
Does stuff.
Oh, yeah. This the thing. It just sticks out its tongue and wraps it around your neck and begins to choke you.
Marvelous.
Roll me a dexterity. Actually, right to the beginning of your next turn. The other thing that happens is, Finbar, you'd see Um,
Oh, great.
your clattering on the weapons table has alerted these buggers.
Yeah, I figured.
What is there to hit modifier, etc. Fucking so many different creatures I have to look at. I hate. Why did I do this to myself? Apologies.
I bet you
Should
were
someone-
bullied at treasure chest school, picked on during plundering classes, had your hinges knocked by other treasure chests.
Is this all from chat?
Yeah.
This is
Mom
my
chest,
research.
dad chest. There's something I need to tell you. I'm a mimic. Dad chest gone. My
Oh,
parents.
yeah.
So a clattering of
I'm a mimic.
crossbow bolts come out, and you hear a loud as and one of the dwarf scouts stumbles back with a pair of crossbow bolts stuck in his breast, kind of semi lodged in his armor.
Right, is this
Well, yeah, it's
sorry,
not
was
a
this a
chest.
dwarf who
'Cause The
died?
chest is a mimic.
No, he didn't die, but he's just been knocked back considerably.
Was he the one
Um,
that flipped a finger at me?
No.
Oh.
I'll mark that one for you.
On my kill list.
Here we
Dwarves
go.
to make sure I blow up.
He's got a picture of a snail now.
That's
The
nice.
snails, the masters of banter. Ishtarak, roll me a dex saving throw.
I'd
Or
love
a,
to.
or a strength, whichever one you'd prefer.
I'm gonna go with
One more
Dex.
time, can I shout, Ishtarak, get out of there?
Oh crap!
Yeah, cool. This thing continues to have hold of you. Yeah.
Can't do me.
Yeah, you go.
All right.
You
Hold on.
desperately try to get free. But you cannot. Your hands are firmly lodged to this thing. Yeah, that's your turn.
Okay. Could I? No, that'd be bad. That'd be bad.
That's
All
right.
right.
What do you want? What's your suggestion?
No, it would be really bad for the situation we were in.
Okay.
So.
So
It's stone, this cavern? It's not ice.
it's what? Sorry.
Is it stone, right? This cavern?
Yeah.
Or is it like
It's
chunks
stone.
of ice?
It's
Just stone?
it's
Okay.
stone. It's
got
entirely
it.
stone. So Sergeant Alexander jumps down and says, "Ishtrak, hold it out."
Okay.
All the while getting tongued by a gigantic mimic. You
I
heard me.
guess I'd turn around where it's like latched onto my back with its neck on my around my throat. I just kind of like
Yeah.
Uh,
Ishtarak, you're getting married again.
Cool. Guard Captain Alexander rains 2 overhead massive swings into this thing.
nice.
And does it splinters some considerable. You hear the clang of it against the metal of the bindings, and you hear the shattering of a bit of like wood. It's a weighty piece of damage.
Sweet. It's a weighty piece of mimic too.
So yeah, it takes that much damage. Cool. So these scouts here return fire from behind their cover.
Holy crap!
And 2 hit.
Say.
Oh my!
Oh my, oh my.
Oh my!
One dealing 7 plus 2 is 10. No, 9. I can't do maths. 7, 2, 9, which leaves us with that. And this one takes 5. Cool. And you hear some like hisses and guttural, kind of very flamboyant sounding swear words come from these bastards. You also you hear the whirling of an axe as Yorick embeds it into the floor in front of him and tries to pull it off as if he was doing it as like a come at me. But actually, he was trying to throw it at a drow and rolled a nat 1.
Nice.
It's your turn, Finbar.
God damn it, Yorick.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
He sighs. He's rescued you, and you're still being so annoying.
I dislike this man. I
But like you dislike Finbar.
just no, I love myself. I shout to Ishtuak, get out of
How-
there.
Cool.
And I'm going to move myself here and hold my action.
What action are you holding?
I'm going to hold a casting of a spell, which will be
The action.
the action. I haven't decided which spell yet, but it'll probably,
Okay.
possibly be Thunderwave.
Just execute these men that have just risked their lives to protect.
I don't know if they're going to be executed. I've never. This is science happening. This is science. I'm telling Ishtuak to get out of there now, and I'm kind of. I don't. You might be able to look over Ishtuak, but I'm like eyeing up the chest, and I'm kind of starting to do my spelly thing,
Oh.
and I'm like, get out of there. I don't say this to Yorick.
Cool.
I say it so that only Ishtuak can hear me.
In our
So it's
PC minds.
so
Yorick, it's your duty to defend that chest. I must do it.
Nice.
yeah.
Thunderwave.
So this chest continues to strangle you. Ishtuak. I'm just going to go back to its bloody page. 221 maybe? Oh yeah, it's 221. Good memory, James. You've done well.
Ah, good
Yes,
job.
James, you certainly have. Thank you, James.
You're welcome, James.
This
I've
is how
descended
James receives positive reinforcement
Take 6 damage, Ishtuak.
Throughout life.
Only for myself.
throughout life.
It's been a long road.
But you're getting there. You're doing so well.
I am. Look, I'm
Thanks,
interacting with
James.
other 2
6 damage?
Yeah, 6 damage you take.
Don't worry,
And,
Twitch chat will validate you.
They fucking better.
Kappa.
Cool. The dwarf that just got knocked back falls dead.
Hooray! Oh, I mean, that's a shame. Oh, he's not the one I don't like. Okay.
Mark.
And a scraping. You see Yorick, a crossbow bolt flies just past him and like nicks his cheek.
Ah,
I say a little to the right, to the darkness.
Wow, you are the worst man. Ishtuak, it's your turn.
alrighty.
Roll me a dex saving or dex or strength saving throw of your choice.
Oh, that's not.
You'd best start
Oh my
believing
God,
in
I'm-
mimic stories. You're in one.
because you're in one.
Better start believing.
Almost went into
I have to
bait.
do all the sound effects.
Dun 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 dun.
Forgot what I was doing.
dun,
Dex,
dun,
sorry.
dun.
What did I roll?
Yeah,
Yes.
this thing continues to strangle you. It's as you've like been struggling against it. It feels like it's more and more stuck to
I
you.
say ish
I
to
was, I was wondering when my rolls would slow down. Great.
However,
I cast Thunderwave. No, no,
it's the next turn now. You
not,
missed the
not
boat on
yet.
that.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
I don't wish to actually
Still
murder.
fine.
I don't wish to fully murder everyone yet.
Not quite yet, old chap.
Cool. So, cool. Fortunately, Alexander's rolls are not crap, and he
Thank
deals,
God.
I think, 2d8 plus because it's 2 hits. He's on page 350. Praise be to Adobe Reader. Yeah, 2d8 plus 6 damage. Does another 18 damage. That does a significant more chunk of chest comes up. It's actually started to actually Ishtuak's a little bit too busy, but Finbar, roll me a perception.
Okay. Perception. Let's see. What do I see?
And you're holding the bow. Are you holding the bow?
I am, yeah. 13.
Cool, yeah. You hear the clink of gold falling from this thing as a corner of it has been cloven off by Guard Captain
Oh,
Alexander.
it's a shame it's going to all explode. That's fine with me. I hear some gold. Ooh.
Yep. Ooh. Sounds like a pig fainting. Yeah, so the scouts return fire. Oh, cool. Now that they're actually aware of what they're fighting.
It bleeds gold. I have to get one of these for myself and constantly torture it. Make myself a rich man.
Well, that's a lot of damage. You don't even need the PCs at this point.
Farm that thing. We really could.
Farm it like a prize pig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's just right? Yeah, these drow get absolutely nailed full of arrows. You they don't even scream. You just hear the gushing of blood and the gasping of dying throats.
Nice.
Nice.
And the scouts
Lovely.
look around.
What a delightful sound.
I know. One of the dwarves starts to turn to administer see if he can help this this dead dwarf.
Alas, he's an NPC.
And alas, no death saving throws for him. Yorick, of course, gets 8 attempts at death saving throws.
Yes, but-
He needs 1 success, or he needs 7 failures to die, but only 1
Oh.
success to live.
And there had to be no ones.
Yeah. So the mimic, not a mimic. So the mimic is going to attack you again, Jack.
I'll allow it.
That's good. It's rolled a nat 20.
Great.
Nice.
15 damage.
Ouch. You're really gonna want to get out of there.
Are you even
And
conscious?
I've been trying to.
Are you still conscious?
I will let you know. Yes. Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes.
You're like
Bloody.
30 odd health.
You got 30.
I
What's your
have 2 health left.
Nice.
Nice one, mate. Cool. But it is top of the round, so it's your turn, Jack. Roll me
Yeah,
a
I'm
dex
gonna roll
or
a
strength
thing.
saving throw. Maybe you can pass one now.
Don't jinx me.
No, you physically cannot pass any. The DC's not even that high.
I
That's
know.
the worst thing. It's so bad. Yeah, you continue to struggle. You feel like your vision starts to darken.
Death voice.
Yeah, it gets. You starting to lose consciousness. It's Alexander.
My only hope.
Help me, Alexander Kenobi. You're my only hope. It's got
Chat.
+5, so it's 2 hits.
Chat, if you believe, just clap your hands and Ishbak won't die. Everybody clap your hands. If you believe in Ishbak.
And
Okay,
you know it's
so in
Clap
a
your
shower of tiny metallic injuries, this mimic, Alexander, so he brings down his sword from above his head onto it. It wedges in it. He kind of twists it, and then he just wrenches it to the side, and there's just a as
Just
it
the top
comes
pops
apart.
open.
It just completely rips in half, and you are knocked to the floor in a shower of coins.
Just how I wanted to go out.
Yeah, but you are no longer attached to this. Well, it's probably still like stuck to your hand, but you can like shake it off.
Yeah.
shake it off.
Thank you for clapping your hands,
Shake it off.
chat.
You didn't call a while though.
Hmm.
And pause.